Hey guys, welcome back to Game Sandwich. It's another episode of Duel. Today we are going over our top 5 video game controllers. I'm John Hansen, that's Kalo, and I'm I don't know what to think about this list going into it. I'm not sure if we're gonna have very similar lists. I'm not sure if we're gonna have completely different lists. Uh Mine I feel is a little all over the place in all honesty. I This one was one of the harder ones for me to come up with. How about you?
I agree. I'm not as scattered as I thought I would be. Mainly because I've had my set thing of consoles and I haven't really gone out there and tried everything. Do I have the Power Glove on this list? No, but hey, someone out there might have it,
Man, the Power Glove. It's so bad.
right?
Okay, before we begin, we need you to go into the comments at the end of this video and let us know who has the better list and let us know your top 5 controllers as well. But for now, Kevin, get us started. Number 5.
Number 5 for me is arguably counterintuitive as far as best controllers, but one of the worst, in my opinion. The N64 controller. This is pure nostalgia for me, and let me explain why this is at number 4. I don't know to this day how to hold it. How do you? Are you a middle stack with the right? Are you both
Yes.
sides? That's
No.
no
It's middle and right.
middle
Middle
and
and
right.
right.
Middle and right.
Yes.
Okay. It's still weird to me. I have mine in the other room, and every now and then I just kind of look at it, pick it up, and be like, this is where I came from. Like, the thumbstick used to tear up my thumbs every time I'm playing those mini games in Pokemon, not Coliseum, Stadium. And it's like, okay, we get the point. And playing this on NSO for the Switch, big world of difference here. So for me, N64 is on here purely out of nostalgia, not how the controller performs. So that's number 5 for me.
If I was making my list off of nostalgia, I would agree with you 100%. I am going with the best in my opinion though, so I'm not doing it. My very first console was the Nintendo 64. So this was the N64 controller was my introduction to video games. I didn't know that it could be better than this. I thought it was normal.
Yeah.
Looking at it now, yeah, no, that's not a good controller. It's something. I don't know if I ever used the left area of that,
Yeah.
the like D-pad. I don't know if I ever once in my life used that part of the controller. It's so insane that Nintendo made a controller that it is impossible to use all buttons on it at any time. Like you have to move your hand to like actually like get to certain areas of it. The nostalgia is there though. Mario Party. Oh man, think of all the burned bombs for that game. You mentioned Pokemon Stadium, Super Mario 64, but at this point I'm talking about games instead of the controller itself. Yeah, the controller can't be on my list. My number 5 is the DualSense for the PlayStation 5. When the PS5 first came out, this controller would probably be higher on the list. Now that we are 5 years as of this recording removed from the launch of the PS5, the more I look at it, the more I'm like, there's a lot of just pointless stuff in this controller. I always have hated the touchpad from the PS4 and the PS5. Don't like it.
No.
Never have. Yeah, I think it's a waste of space, and I don't think Sony has ever done anything interesting with it. Like, sometimes they change the light on there depending on the game you're playing. Cool. I'm not looking at my controller. I'm looking at the screen. The haptic feedback stuff is cool. I thought it was amazing in Astrobot. Astrobot and Astro's Playroom are the only games that I've ever thought like that stuff was actually good in. Like every other game that I've played, I'm like, it's there.
Yeah.
Even like Spider-Man and stuff, I'm like, The triggers also, okay. Spider-Man is probably the best thing with the triggers. web swinging around, that feels great. But other than that, I'll throw God of War in there as well. They did a good job of with the Leviathan axe with the triggers there. Yeah, I just the DualSense keeps falling down for me because I'm just like, this was so cool at the time when it first came out, but the more I play with it, the more I'm like, yeah, this is good. Do want to shout out my anniversary controller though I have right here.
So
It
clean.
feels great. The DualSense feels great, but man, there are just aspects of it that I'm like, maybe the PS6 will iterate on it more and make it better.
Maybe it's the novelty of the whole the triggers and all that. It's very much that. I do want to shout out real quick the God of War edition of that controller. One of the cleanest controllers I've ever seen of all time. I need it. I want it. But I'm not paying the resale price for it. But it's okay. Life moves on.
Yep. All right, number 4, Kev.
Number 4. Again, I think it's more nostalgia. At least these two. And then the rest is more performance. The Nintendo Wii remote. I can't.
The Wiimote.
Yeah, the Wiimote. Getting this console on Christmas Day and going upstairs and experiencing like motion controls for the first time in a home video game console, it was transformative. I was playing Wii Sports. I got the attachments where the foam pieces were like the bat, the racket, all that stuff. And it felt like I was hitting home run after home run after home run. Much like you, with it wore off fast as far as like motion controls and the nunchuck. Very cumbersome, that lovely cord in the middle. But at the same time, this is the first time, at least in my gaming experience, getting something like this. And whenever that happens, it's like it sticks out to you. And yeah, the Wiimote, playing Mario Kart 2, getting the attachment to have the wheel. Did I need it? No. Was it super
It's
fun
a piece
as a
of
kid?
plastic.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
wasn't needed.
Yeah, it's like, no. But as a kid,
My
you're like,
favorite
this is the
thing,
best.
sorry to interrupt. My favorite thing is all the games that have the compatible with the Wii racing wheel. It's like, what? Every game's compatible with that. You just put the controller in it.
Yep. Yeah, Wiimote, again, the news stories of them being launched into the TVs like practically every other week when this console came out. It was a time. It was a moment in time.
It was definitely a time. Yeah, the Wiimote was pretty great. That the Wiimote sold the Wii.
Yeah.
Wii Sports. I also remember like Super Mario Galaxy. I'm with you. Not a fan of motion controls. Actually, the Wii killed off all motion controls for me because I just was at this time I got mad at Nintendo. I was not a fan of Nintendo during this time. I did not like the emphasis on motion controls here. But Mario Kart was great. Super Mario Galaxy, I always loved the like flicking to like get Mario to spin. Yeah, there's some great stuff in there, and of course you mentioned like the baseball aspect of Wii Sports was always my favorite as well, being a big baseball fan myself. Yeah. I didn't include it on my list, but they did some cool stuff with it. They also did some not cool stuff with it.
Exactly.
My number 4 is the Xbox 360 controller.
Good one.
This one would probably be higher on my list if I didn't. The difference between the Xbox 360 and the Xbox One kind of kills the 360 controller for me. Because I remember at the time playing both consoles at the time. Because at the time, backwards compatibility wasn't a thing. So I was still regularly going back to my 360. And when I had fully acclimated to the Xbox One controller, the 360 one just feels stiff, and those sticks don't feel as great as you remember them feeling. The D-pad, I think people kind of overtalk how bad that D-pad is, but it's not great. It isn't. That being said, the 360 controller was a jump forward for me as a gamer. Just thinking of like all the online games I played with that, it held up pretty decently, I
Hmm.
thought. So yeah, the 360 controller, good, not great. How about that?
I couldn't agree more. As a big Xbox fan growing up, I spent most of my time, if not all my time, on the 360. And I remember I still have it, this Halo 3 ODST controller. And like that was my main controller. And I seen it the other day in my drawer and I was like, wow, I used to game on this for countless hours. I mean, getting
Mhm.
like this Xbox controller now, the Xbox One controller, it's like night and day, and the performance shows, the feel shows. Again, Xbox really cooked with this controller, and I don't think it's talked about enough.
I mean, there's a reason why they keep going back to it.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
No- Number three.
Speaking of cooking, the Nintendo Switch Pro controller is my number three. I I enjoy, like you said, the sentiment of the Joy Cons, what they are, what they do. But now they are very much toys to me, and I now have stick drift. I only have to hold out a few more weeks, and then I can lay that
Yeah.
sucker to rest. It can go.
Yep.
Goodbye. Never gonna see you again. But getting my hands on a Pro controller changed everything for me. As far as like, I'm playing Breath of the Wild, I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom, I'm playing Skyrim on this thing, and it just feels right. It feels like that took the spot for GameCube controllers, like in the echelon of how I view Nintendo games and how they control. Do I wish, though? Maybe it's mine. I have this weird third party one. It's my fault for doing that. I
That
would.
is your fault.
It is
Never
my
go third
fault.
party.
Never go third party, but not paying full price for these controllers. And it's a Kirby one, so it looks cute. A guy like me having a pink Kirby controller, who would have thought? Anyway, but the Pro controller, to me, the triggers, a little clicky, a little too much for my liking. I like a nice smooth feel to it, but at the same time, I'm
I think
never.
that's the third party.
Yeah, I think it's the third party, but having used a Pro controller, it just made my Switch experience that much better. And for what it's worth, no stick drift. That's like one of the top selling points for me.
Absolutely. Oh man, the Joy-Con. Really hoping the Joy-Con 2 are better in that regard. We're at number three. Yeah, okay. My number three. I was really close to putting this one higher. The Nintendo GameCube controller. Um,
Oh, whoa.
we talking about like the Switch Pro controller. I feel the GameCube controller is where they got their start with that.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, it's so, what's the word, ergonomic.
Yep.
Like the big A button is
Yep.
perfect. The triggers are perfect. The downfalls of this controller are the C stick, which is just like a little nub.
Mm-hmm.
And then also, for whatever reason, they didn't give it a second uh, bumper at the top. They've got the Z button, but not one on the left side.
Oh, that's
I
right.
always thought that was very weird. Um, yeah, I yesterday I saw that they had the GameCube controller for the Switch 2 up for pre-order, and unfortunately I was a little late. It sold out before I could get to it. But I was just like looking at it, and I'm like, man, this was such an awesome controller for the time. It's one of the reasons why I love the GameCube so much. It feels so great to play with.
Yep.
That the the left stick is just, and there's so many aspects of it that are perfect, but there are the missing parts of it that I just mentioned. Um, yeah, the GameCube controller particularly was such a big moment. Jumping from the N64 to the GameCube is such a night and day difference.
Such an improvement. Such a great time.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Yep. Number two, Kev.
Number two for me is the Xbox Elite controller. Talk about like my first premium venture into a gaming controller. Like, what a way to do it. You got the magnetic, you take out whatever thumbstick you want, you plug it in. I stick to the concave ones. I think that's the fancy word for it.
Mm-hmm.
That you plug in. And the weight behind this controller is noticeable, and that's what makes it feel premium. And I like the little carrying case it's in. Again, we were just talking about the Xbox controller overall. talk about ergonomic, talk about like just solid like workhorse controller all around. That's it for me. Like the Xbox Elite controller, I haven't gotten the Series 2 or whatever number they're on cuz to me, I'm not really invested in tightening my thumbsticks for a certain amount of whatever. Like it's just not for me. But the Elite controller I do have, I still use it to this day. The only thing I wish they did replace was the bumpers, because the bumpers are plastic. It's one piece. I dropped it one time and it broke. Like it snapped in the middle of the controller, so they're rumbling around. Had to get in there and fix it. So that's my only gripe.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I did have the Elite Series 1 and the Elite Series 2 controller. Both of them, I never even dropped them. Just playing with them, those bumpers broke on me. Like, those bumpers suck. I'm just going to say it. They suck.
They do.
My number 2, the Xbox Series X controller. I thought about including the Elite Series controllers on here. But those bumpers, man. Yeah. They killed it for me because they're so fucking expensive, man. If you're going to charge me that much money, the controller better fucking last. I was just playing with it. I never dropped it. And after like 6 months, both of my controllers just not usable. So I traded them in while they were broken. That really killed them for me. There's rumors that they're working on a third iteration of that. And also some other controllers as well. But the Xbox Series X controller in particular, I think I was talking about like the difference between the 360 and the Xbox One controller, and then the Series X controller just iterates, maybe iterates the wrong word, but it improves on the Xbox One controller even more. You've got like that grip on the back that just feels so good. The I love the D-pad on this controller, how it's like that weird like circle thing. Feels great. The click. There are improvements that can be made to it. I think the controller is too clicky. It's too loud, but it feels great to play with. And I absolutely love playing with it. I am excited to see what they're cooking with the next one, but we'll see how that turns out in the future. Number 1, Kev.
Number 1 is the status symbol in my household, the GameCube Wavebird controller. This is the wireless GameCube controller, and every time I went over my friend's house, they're like, all right, we're going to plug in and play whatever on the GameCube. I'm like, don't worry. I got my own controller. I was one of those kids. Plugged in that thing, the little adapter. I still have it here to this day, and I still, whenever I play my GameCube, plug this controller in, and it works like money. I talk about Super Mario Sunshine being my favorite Mario game of all time, whether that's right or wrong. I don't know, but it's right.
It's the triggers.
It's the triggers. The triggers of controlling how far up and down you go. That's the problem I run into whenever I play this game on the Switch. They don't have that. They don't have any of that. So for me, the Wavebird, again, just being a wireless controller at that time too. Oh, I remember how I got it too. I bet my mom. I was like, used to be really big into NASCAR, and I said to my mom, Dale Earnhardt Sr. is gonna win the Daytona 500 or whatever. I forgot the exact race, and he won. And I was like, yeah, if he wins, I want to get a new GameCube controller, and that's the one I got, and I still have it forever, and I love it. So for me, number 1, GameCube Wavebird controller.
Unfortunately, I never had a Wavebird. I only had the corded GameCube controller, so I can't speak on it. I've never played with it. But my number 1 is the Switch Pro controller. You mentioned it earlier, man. This game controller is just, it's that iteration of the GameCube controller to me. It feels so good to play with. It is like, it's so good that I went out and I bought it's called a fixture. And what you do with it is you can put the Switch tablet on top and you can connect the bottom to a Pro controller. And it feels so good to play with, man. I absolutely love it. They made a second version for the OLED, but I haven't bought that version. So I haven't used it in a while. But man, just playing with the Pro controller on the Switch is just so good. Plus, the battery life on it is insane. It's like
Yeah,
something like up to 60 hours. It's
crazy.
absolutely insane how much you have in it. Plus, you have all the the rumble stuff in there as well. It just feels amazing to play with. I'm really hopeful. I do have the second version pre-ordered
Mhm.
for the Switch 2, and that one looks to be along the same lines. They added like little buttons on the handles themselves. I'm not sure how much I'll use those because I'm not a back paddle kind of person. I'm just not a particular fan of using them. I'm just too stuck in my ways, I guess. Uh, but yeah, the Switch Pro controller, so
So
good.
good. So good. I mean, GameCube and that controller. Nintendo knows how to make controllers, and then they also know how to make really bad ones. And
They do.
I'm just
Looking at
surprised.
you, Wii U tablet.
Oh my gosh. And I'm very surprised the Kinect was not mentioned. Remember that was the thing that
Oh
Microsoft
no,
really
I
tried?
would never. That I got a fucking concussion because of the Kinect. Okay,
Oh my gosh.
I'm not. I would. I was playing Sonic Free Riders, which is a
Oh.
bad game, very bad game. And in my mom's living room, there was one beam in the ceiling that went over head, and I'm 6'3". The ceiling in there, I think, without that beam is like, I don't know, 7 foot.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up in a small house, so that beam coming down, I didn't realize that I backed up far enough to get under it, and you had to jump. And I was trying to get the game to work because it doesn't work. But there was a point where you have to like jump, and I was like, okay, if I jump higher, maybe I'll be able to get it. Boom!
Oh
Oh,
my. Uh-uh.
it was awful. I
Shout out to
hate
motion
Disconnect.
controls. Shout out.
So bad, man. That is our list. So down below, not the Connect. In no world will it be the Connect.
Nope.
Um, go down into the comments. Let us know who has the better list. What controllers are we missing? Do you want to throw in some classics like the Super Nintendo controller?
The Duke.
I kind of thought about the SNES. SNES. The Duke is a great shout out. I would be surprised if anyone ever said that was one of their favorites.
Yeah. That big old thing.
But yeah, let us know who won and your favorite controllers, and be sure to like and subscribe and all that jazz, and we will catch you on the next one.
If you enjoyed today's video and want more content just like this, consider subscribing to Game Sandwich for all your news, rumors, and reviews. And we'll see you guys next time.